I'm going to go over a few things with them. I'm gonna
Welcome everyone in to the virtual Atlanta Motor Speedway. We are here under the lights on Tuesday Night Thunder. It's Ron Morris Racing's Season 6 race number 4. We'll be here tonight in the Craftsman Trucks Series live on the PGR eSports Network for 90 laps of action-packed racing at this mile-and-a-half now super speedway at Atlanta. I am as excited, and I'm hoping everyone here watching today is just as excited as I am. 40% fuel here tonight, only 2 extra sets of tires, no fast repair as always, fixed setups, 3 green, white checkers if we need them here on a Tuesday night. I'll tell you what, action's going to be packed all around this mile-and-a-half speedway here tonight. 70-degree ambient temp, 4-mile-an-hour wind. Track is cooler than normal here at Atlanta, and I am excited to call this race. My name is Michael Triscaro here, and I will be joined by Ron Morris Jr. here in the booth shortly. He is just talking to the drivers as they get set to grid for tonight's race. This is race number 4. We'll get to the point standings here in just a minute as we get ready to go trackside for tonight's grid and qualifying results. A little bit smaller field than you're used to seeing here tonight, but nonetheless, it should be a really good race here at Atlanta on the PGR eSports Network. I'm looking forward to this one here tonight, and it looks like the drivers will be heading to that grid right now, so we're going to take you down to pit lane here in just a second, and we'll pull up those qualifying results. And it looks like it's going to be Landon Velicky on the pole here tonight for RMR eSports. Nathan Harper will be on the outside front row. Jeff Merck, great qualifying effort for Merck for NBG. He'll qualify in 3rd position. Malik Ray in 4th. Wyatt Gray in 5th. Mike Davenport for PGR eSports, 6th. Ethan Eckert in 7th. Daniel Falkingham in 8th. In 9th, it'll be Nick Sipple. Garrett Maines will round out your top 10.
Hey, I'm back with you, Michael. Trevor Astronaut's going to be starting 11th. We got Kyler Wynn 12th. Josh McCullough is going to be starting 13th in McCullough Motorsports. Brock Westmoreland will be starting 14th. We got Jared Haynes in 15th. Mark Vondell in 16th. Michael Wingo in 17th. Dylan Jones will be starting 18th. John Ward 19th. No qualifying lap for Dylan or Ward. Also, D3 will be starting 3rd. Daniel Eberhardt the 3rd. And rounding out the fields will be Chris McCullough starting 21st. So those bottom 4 guys did not turn a lap in qualifying.
Oh, you heard
I'm
it.
excited about this one tonight. It should be a good race. Cool temperatures, under the lights in Atlanta. A little bit different rules, a little bit different race than what we used to seeing. These guys now, they have to pit going down into turn 3. So there's a commit line. They got to be down on the apron when they get there. I'm not gonna be clearing any blacks for anybody who doesn't do that. So also we got the red line. They can take two tires under that red line. But if they take 4 tires under that red line, they got to give their spot up, or they'll be getting a EOL for that. So, we found out that if you let them take 2 tires down there, it makes the racing a lot cleaner.
Well, it looks like they are off pit road here. All these Craftsman trucks now will line up behind that pace car, and this will be the only pace lap here tonight. Before we go green here, and it's going to be the 62 of Landon Velicky of RMR eSports, leading them to green with Nathan Harper on his outside. Jeff Merck, like we said, a great qualifying effort for him. Will start in 3rd. Malik Ray, you see him on the top in the Wagoneers Welding Sim Seats, number 1. He is an eNASCAR Coke Series driver. Wyatt Gray, a young buck right there from Columbus, Ohio. He'll be starting in that top 5. So we are ready to rock here at Atlanta, and we will let them loose here as we come out of turn number 4 here on a Tuesday night, and it is going to be electrifying here on track. Danny Barnes, Heath Job, Baker's mom, Devin Ray. A bunch already getting ready to go here in the chat on YouTube. So appreciate all those guys and gals joining us as the pit car is going to peel off on down the pit road here at Atlanta. As we get to the Geico restart zone, green flag in the air here on Tuesday Night Thunder. Back here live at Atlanta Motor Speedway, the 62 Landon Velke neck and neck down the backstretch with the 16 of Nathan Harper. We're 2x2 here in the front, about 6 trucks deep here right now. Kyler Wynn's going to make it 3 wide for the first time here tonight. A little bit farther back in that 82 machine, currently sitting in the 10th place position. Underneath him, it's going to be Jared Haynes in the Jack Shack. As right now you see that 3 wide action here as we come off of turn number 2, the one trying to get to the back bumper of the 16, as speeds are pretty high here at Atlanta in this package, and Kyler Wynn right now making a trek up to the front.
Yeah, Kyler jumped over the third side. He's getting a real good push from Sipple there. It's really brave, man, because going through the tri-oval here, the quad oval, it bottlenecks a lot. So these guys are really brave to go at their third lane, but they were making some move. Now they're kind of easing back, but don't expect to see Kyler sit back there too long, and also Garrett Maines sitting back there. Don't expect to see him too long. So I'm sure those guys will probably make a charge again on the outside. But right now we 2x2, about 8 rows deep here. So and then we single file back behind. We're gonna have some of these guys just gonna ride, try to be safe and save their cars. So we only got 2 sets of tires tonight, so that will come into play here in Atlanta.
That looks like a 20 truck field here tonight, and that should provide some very good clean racing, we hope, here, and they get a lot of green flags or green flag laps in, and hopefully even a green flag stop or 2 here tonight with that low fuel percent. So looking forward to seeing how this will all work out. For some reason, everyone's always saying, Ron, my volume is low. I always have it cranked all the way to the max, so not sure why that always is. But we'll hopefully try to get that sorted out at some point this season. We'll have to do some testing in a random session at some point, but we'll figure that one out later. Nathan Harper to the point here as he's going to clear down in front of Landon Velke.
Yeah, Nathan Harper's already got a win on the season, but showing a lot of speed here tonight. Nathan running strong here tonight. Here comes Kyler and Westmoreland now coming up third lane, so trying to make that charge to the front. Kyler's not going to be very patient. He wants to get up there. Like you said, they only got 40% fuel tonight, so as long as the racing stays clean and green, we should see some really good green flag pit stops and may separate this field a little bit. We'll find out who the men are, who the boys are tonight, hopefully.
Hopefully we will. Right there, the 55, Mike Davenport getting in the fray here early. He is second there on that middle lane for PGR eSports. Doing a really good job of late, getting to the front and qualifying really good. That's been the difference right now for Mike Davenport as he looks to make a, his name's been out there, but he's really looking to make a stamp on, getting not only to the front of these races, but getting to victory lane. So we'll see if Mike Davenport can get that elusive RMR victory. Not sure that he has one, as Daniel Falkingham now stalking him in the 88 right there in that Mountain Dew Chevrolet on top in the silver and green. So Daniel Falkingham making his move up to the front as well. Got a lot of experience here at Atlanta, so I'm sure he'll be a factor before this one is over.
Yeah, man, these guys are pushing hard. Malik's got a new paint job up there, that Sim Seats Wagner's Welding Chevrolet. That thing looks pretty slick, but these guys are pushing pretty hard, man, 3-4 deep. Oh, man, we can do that with the trucks. That's one thing that's kind of exciting about the trucks. These guys can push pretty much all the way around the track. You know, we're learning with some of the other cars, the ARCA car, you know, some of these cars you can't really, the Xfinity, you can't really push all the way around just in the straightaways. But, man, these trucks make some really good racing because these guys can really push hard until they heat up. So, track temp's a little cool tonight, so, you know, we may not see the heat being a huge factor, but they will heat up when they're pushing hard.
Yeah, that they will, and you'll definitely see them cooling the front grill of those Craftsman trucks off as much as they possibly can to keep cool and be able to push here as we get later and later into this race. Right now, still 2x2 here up front, about 7 or 8 trucks deep. After that, it's going to be single file here in this 20-car field. Mark Vondell right now being scored in that 20 position. Dylan Jones hanging out in the back, as is Christopher McCullough. And I think that is by design here early. Some of those guys in the rear of this field just trying to take it easy. And there's no reason to race hard just yet. Only 13 laps in of this 90-lap race. And I believe, Ron, tonight we might get those green flag stops here at Atlanta. And tell us a little bit more about the pit stops here where you got to enter in on turn 3.
Yeah, there's a orange square and there's a yellow line on turn 3, so they have to be down on the apron before there, and they just passed it. They don't have to be down the pit road speed, but they have to be down on the apron. So I will not be clearing any penalties for drivers that don't do that. So yeah, it changes things up a little bit. We hadn't had that in the past. It's kind of been a rule in NASCAR, but I think this is the first race we've had that's actually been a rule, an iRacing rule. So iRacing will throw those black flags if that happens.
Yeah, it's definitely different, than our regular super speedway Daytona and Talladega, where you got to pit here in the third turn, and you got to be really good. You got to really practice those too. You can haul around that third turn and into 4, where you then have to get down to pit road speed. I believe 45 miles an hour here at Atlanta. So just a different beast, a different concept than a lot of these drivers are used to. And that's where I think that, expertise of the Malik Ray and the Daniel Falkingham, Tyler Wins come into place. They just have more experience, already at the other tracks getting on and off pit lane. But especially here at Atlanta, these guys that do it more often than a lot of the other drivers in this field. Wow, loose on the bottom. Nathan Harper off the front bumper of Landon Velicky, but he's going to save it there. We stay 2x2. We stay clean, and that was a close call here early.
Yeah, really good save there, but it lets Malik take that lead on the inside line, which is probably where he wants to be, because we are probably coming up on pit stops here within the next, I don't know, not sure what the laps are here, but got to be within 5 or 6 laps to pit stop. So that was probably a welcome thing there for Malik, because I'm sure he wanted to get down on the inside. Merck down on the apron a little bit. Merck's having a good strong run though, running up here in the top 6 or 7. So Merck's, we talked about it before, he's had a lot of luck, so maybe Merck's luck can change tonight.
Yes, absolutely. We'll see if it can. Riding here with Joshua McCullough in this pack. Riding behind Brock Westmoreland. You'll see these trucks dancing around. Josh kind of, just peeking around here, trying to see what's going on in front of him. And he is just biding his time as well, trying to stay safe here out on the racetrack. You see above him, that is going to be Michael Wingo. So Josh McCullough here kind of hanging out in the back right now. Here is Nick Sipple. He's on the high side right behind Garrett Maines and that Wigan Water Technology Toyota, that TRD Pro right in front here of Nick Sipple. A little bit farther up, it's Ethan Eckert. Ethan Eckert right here on the bumper of his teammate, Landon Velke. Ethan Eckert driving the Ford here tonight out of Chicago, Illinois. The young guy, and you know, he's ruffled some feathers here in the past, but I'll tell you what, kid's got talent. He's won some races. We'll see if he can get back to victory lane here on Tuesday night right here. Sawing on the wheel here on the bottom of Atlanta Motor Speedway, 20 of 90, and this is a really good track for Ethan Eckert. It's a driver's track, and I'll tell you what, he could be a factor before this race is over here tonight. Spot ahead of him up here on the top, that's Wyatt Gray. He's right behind Tyler Wynn here. Here we head down the backstretch. Wyatt Gray looking, I believe, for his first win here in RMR.
And we got green flag pit stops. I figured the window's open, so here we go. So we got green flag pit stops. About half the field just came in.
Half the field is in. Christopher McCall, you see him on pit road right now. So Christopher McCall is going to come out of pit road, make his stop. Malik Ray, here is most of the field. I'm not sure Chris even went in the stall, actually. But here's Malik Ray, Nathan Harper, Ethan Eckert. And Malik Ray looks like he is going to get in his stall number 6 safely. Nathan Harper in 4. Landon Velke, Pulsitter all the way up there in the front. And we'll see if Daniel Falkingham, Daniel Falkingham will lead a chart heavy on the brakes here on the entry of pit road. We'll see if the 88 was able to get down to speed. Nick Sipple as well. Everybody now taking service here for the first time tonight. Mike Davenport a little bit farther back. Hopefully he's able to stay with this pack. He has been pretty strong here in the early going. Malik Ray back here on the backstretch. And this could be the battle for the lead. We'll see how they blend in with the rest of the field. But Malik Ray on track here, getting pushed by Landon Velke right behind Jeff Merck, Ethan Eckert.
Yeah, that first pack was a little disorganized getting out. Malik had a really good stop. Landon had a good stop. His top 4 cars had a good stop. A few of those guys, I saw some tire smoke getting in. So looks like they're going to be able to catch the pack, though. But there goes Malik coming up on this other group. Let's see. I think they are going to be able to take that lead position.
Yeah, they
I'm trying
might.
to zoom out where I can see it all.
Yeah, right. Well, there's the leader right there. Actually, right now is Daniel Falkingham. Daniel Falkingham out front of Garrett Maines and Kyler Wynn. Those are going to be the guys that were, that set that fastest pit stop right there. Right behind them, Wyatt Gray. Here comes Malik Gray with a big run down the backstretch. You'll see him in your screen in just a second. A push from Landon Velke, and right behind them, Nick Sipple. So right here, 6 trucks here in the front, 7 now. And here's Ethan Eckert joining, and he'll bridge the gap back to Daniel Eberhardt. Here's Daniel Eberhardt trying to get back here with these leaders, getting a push from his teammate Dylan Jones in the 11. So we'll see how far this spreads it out. We'll bring up that track camera right now, and you could really see the 16. Unfortunate for Nathan Harper, Mike Davenport in the 55, and Mark Von Dell in the 59. Believe Merck as well. For some reason.
Merck must have had a problem too. So
yeah, that's the thing here. These green flag stops at Atlanta will change how this race is the longer it goes on. So we'll definitely have to see how this all plays out. I mean, let's not jinx it, but I'll tell you what, I wouldn't mind, and I wouldn't be surprised if this group of guys can go wire to wire here tonight for 90 laps, and see if we can get our first caution-free race, in a very long time. We'll see if we can get there. 18 looked like he was up the racetrack. That was, I believe, Wyatt Gray up into the wall for a little bit. Sparks flying there, but he is back. Now back into the wall again.
Yeah, I'm not sure there. But like you said, we do get a caution at lap 35 and the end of lap 35. So we got 3 cars. We got Merck, Vondell, and Wingo, or Merck and Vondell are both a lap down, so they'll be fighting for that lucky dog there. So, and they're within a tenth of each other. So, well, actually, I'm looking at the wrong thing there. But anyway, we got 2 cars that'll be fighting for that lucky dog to try to get their lap back when the stage caution comes out. So, stage caution will be coming out at the end of lap 35. So 35 coming to 36.
Yeah, I see Kyler win here to the point, getting a push from Garrett Maines here. Daniel Falkingham on the top, Malik Ray as well. So the cream has risen to the top after the first round of green flag stops. We're approaching first third of this race, about to be in the books as we get closer to that lap 30 range here. 3 wide. It's going to be the 90 of Daniel Eberhardt pushing him 3 wide. There goes Daniel Falkingham.
What a save! What a save! What a save! We got
Dylan Jones on the track. He's
got
spun,
one
but
car.
so far so good. Dylan Jones
I thought that may
now.
pull a caution, but it didn't.
Yeah, no caution. We stay green. Wow, what a save. We'll see if we go back to it. Just an excellent save. And we'll go back to our replay here and watch Daniel Falkingham with a save here. Unbelievable. Just as we had gone 3 wide with Eberhardt. And Malik Ray's going to get to the back bumper. Offset push the 88. I mean, look at that. Completely and utterly sideways is Daniel Falkingham. And you can see him correcting the wheel. I mean, unbelievable save. Graces the wall just a little bit. Still sawing on the wheel. And then Dylan Jones.
That was ridiculous save.
Him as well. He is completely spun. Luckily, nobody coming up from behind them. Dylan Jones, I mean, he's heavy on the brakes. You can see all the smoke. I mean, he actually almost comes to a stop, but luckily for him, no one coming. Caution does not fly.
And with all that, now we have Trevor Astronaut has made his way open to that, leading that inside line, was leading for a little while. But Kyler just made a charge. So Kyler now leading that inside lane. Garrett and Ethan Eckert up there on the top side. So Kyler's just moved up to make a block. And Garrett takes it 3 wide, sticks it in the middle, hangs Kyler out. So aggressive move there by Garrett. He wants to win these stages. So coming up on the stage here in just a few laps.
Yeah, the stage is on. Wow, with all that action, Ron, I almost forgot about the stage. Here we go. Lap 33. It's going to be lap 35, I believe, coming to 36. The 89 of Astronaut side by side with Garrett Maines. We got 5 trucks here on the bottom. The rest of them up here on top. They're going to also be catching some lap traffic. So that's going to be very interesting to see how this is all going to play out. Garrett Maines neck and neck with Astronaut. You know Ethan Eckert, he wants to win the stage as well, as we are now on lap 34. Lap 34 here. Malik Ray on the bottom. Landon Velicky, you see Kyler win on top. Here's the lap traffic. Mark Vondell. It's Jeff Merck as well. Astronaut's going to have to go to that middle lane now all the way to the top. 3 wide, and here we go. This is going to be a big wreck behind. Kyler Wynn involved. Ethan Eckert as well. Ron Morris is going to stay here in the booth, and he will walk us through his race review.
That it is going to be stage, guys. I'll give you the top 5 results in a minute. It should be like it is on the right now on the leaderboard. I'm going back to review this to see what happens. I don't know if you're going back to Mike or happened back with the 12, Ethan and Kyler. Let's see.
Yeah, we're going to have the replay up as Ron Morris Jr. is going to walk everybody that's viewing this race through his call here. Caution number 1 out. That will be the stage.
Honestly, I'm trying to find it. I was talking to these guys about. We got a few guys that have an unsafe pay. Okay, here we go. So Ethan's up on the top side. Kyler slides up and gets into him. Let me look at this from a rear chase. When you do these reviews, you got to kind of look at them from every angle. It's kind of hard to tell. And I got people calling me. Go ahead. No. They want me to clear flags. Yeah, I'll clear them. All right, got a lot going on, but here we go. It's like Kyler was up on, or Ethan was up on the third lane. Looks like Kyler gets up into him. Just trying to figure out now exactly what happened there. Yeah, that's just gonna be a racing deal. Ethan's up at the wall, and Kyler just kind of got up into him. Nothing, just nothing really egregious or anything there.
Well, you heard it there from Race Control and our broadcast partner here tonight. It's going to be a racing deal there as the first caution flew 1 lap prior to what would have been the white flag for the race stage here tonight. So the race stage, I believe, did that go to Trevin Ashronoff? We'll have to get word from Ron Morris.
I think it did.
Yeah, I think it did too.
I gotta go back and review it.
So that will be under review as well, but we believe Trevin Ashronoff of the Jack Shack will be the stage winner here tonight. Pace car lights are out as we will get set for our second restart of the night. We were going to have one anyway due to the stage, but it ended up being the first true yellow here of the night. And now Christopher McCullough is going to lead them to green here at Atlanta. Green flag back in the air. Yeah, Chris McCullough now, he was being very patient in the back of this field. And now he finds himself leading here at Atlanta. A very good driver on this track. Got to do battle with him on Thursday night as we went neck and neck in the Elite 8. Man, Ron, I thought I had him. I had him beat on that last lap and unfortunately drove right up into melee ahead of me. And Chris was able to pass me at the very last second to move on to PGR's March Madness Final Four, which will take place in 2 nights here on Thursday night between, I believe, Garrett Maines and Chris McCullough. And on the other side will be Freddie Bazinez and Coke Series Pro Colin Bowden. So everyone looking forward to seeing the results of those matchups here on Thursday night. But right now, the matchup up front, 2 teammates, Dylan Jones on the bottom and Daniel Eberhardt right now in the middle in the 90.
Yeah, excited to see that that Final Four for the March Madness. It's really cool. Went back and reviewed, and you are right. Old Trevor Ashronoff won that stage. Malik Ray second. Looks like it's going to be Garrett Maines third. Merck is going to be fourth. And Landon Velke is going to be fifth. That'll be your top 5 for the stage.
You heard the top 5 right there from Ron Morris. They're going to get those valuable playoff points. And right now, D3 into the lead here at Atlanta. Man, he has been hot of late, practically across all promotions. He is back, and he's come back with the vengeance when he returned in January. Usually a driver that takes, some time off here and there, which isn't a bad idea. But when he is out here on the track, he can always, he can always get the victory lane, but he's one of the favorites each and every night he races, especially when he's got his teammate out there on the track of Dylan Jones. As Nathan Harper looks to clear D3, he will not. Will stay 2x2. McCullough here on the bottom, pushing the 11 in the 94. Mike Davenport now, he wanted to see that yellow, and he was going to get it anyways with the stage, but Davenport now here back up in the top 6. Malik Ray is going to make it 3 wide a little bit farther back.
Yeah, so Merck is going to still be a lap down. Actually, I was wrong. Merck was not. He didn't place in there because he was a lap down. So I have to go back and look at that one again. So that should be your top 4, other than Merck. But yeah, 2 wide here now. Look like 2 wide, about 8 to 9 rows deep. With like you said, D3 Eberhardt has made his way to the top, and his teammate Dylan Jones. So, and those guys rode for a little while in the back, and here they are back to the front. And here we got Christopher McCullough over here too. And like you said, Chris is strong everywhere we go, man. I raced leagues with him in short tracks and intermediates, and that boy can drive a race car on any size track there is out here. So he's going to be strong here in Atlanta tonight. And here we go, Garrett and Malik hooked up there on the top lane, making moves. So top lane looks to be pretty strong, even with 2 trucks here at Atlanta today.
Yeah, you took it right on out. That's what I was going to say. Here come the Coke Series guys here on the top. Garrett Maines now leading that top line. You see Malik Ray on board with him. It's going to be 180 miles an hour off the exit of turn number 2. And watch the miles an hour go right up here as we get close to turn number 3. Almost 188 miles an hour. Slow it down just a little bit. You're going to lift a little bit here at Atlanta. And you get that push off. Ooh, you see Garrett Maines get a little bit loose there. So these guys pushing hard right now, 3 wide. And about 3 or 4 lanes deep of those trucks. Single file here on the bottom when you get to Falkingham on back to Brock Westmoreland. So right now these guys racing really hard here. As, you know, eventually you're going to have that, hopefully another green flag stop. And Kyler Wynn, he's on the apron there, so trouble for Wynn. So that's going to knock him back here. Being scored now in 18th position. And I think caution is out for the second time tonight. I believe Nathan Harper spun. Chris McCullough might be crashed as well. Look at these guys. 4 wide here at Atlanta. And there's your accident right there. D3 getting tangled with Garrett Maines. Nathan Hart, beating and banging like it's a short track here. Nathan Harper, Nick Sipple, Chris McCullough. Look at D3, Garrett Maines. They're still locked together. These guys just racing so hard. So early in this race still. Show you the replay, and we'll be under another race control review here. Ron Morris has stepped aside really quick to call this one. So we'll get word from Ron Morris Jr. on the cause of the second caution here tonight. A lot of aggressive driving by these guys so early still in this race. Not even halfway through. Man, Chris McCullough there is going to go head on into the wall. Some heavy damage there for the 94. All right, we'll get back live here. Dylan Jones being scored your leader. And Ron Morris Jr., walk us through that caution.
Yeah, I'll put that on Ethan. Ethan was a lap down. He's down there on the apron. 3 wide behind him coming, and he knew that, and he should have got down on the apron. So it caused a big stack up, and then there was some net code involved too. But ultimately, that whole thing was caused by Ethan.
So Ethan Eckert, he will be the cause of the second caution here tonight. We're just past the halfway mark. 49 laps in of 90. And Dylan Jones now cycling up to the front as your leader. We do have a minute here, and we will update everybody here on the point standings here in RMR. We'll actually bring these over for you, make it easier for our viewers here. And you see right there, Daniel Falkingham leading the charge here. Tied atop the board with Malik Ray. Matthew Baker, unfortunately, he'll be leaving for deployment. So he will be bowing out of the championship standings. Currently sits in third with 97 points. Nathan Harper with 96 in fourth. And in fifth right now, Garrett Maines, who will look to move up the board tonight. Wyatt Gray, sixth. Nick Sipple, seventh, tied with Kyler Wynn. Kenny McCullough, ninth. And rounding out your top 10, that's Matt Lee. Looks like he is also not in the field here. So that is your standings here as we, here in race number 4.
Yeah, we got a couple guys aren't here tonight. Kenny, I know Kenny's on vacation. I'm not sure about Matt. Also got a message from Heath saying that he had problems with his wheel tonight. So a couple guys out for that, but they do get one drop race. So, they can count that 0 as their drop.
Yeah, I brought this up on the screen, and I'm having some trouble getting it off the screen. Just bear with me here. I know we got some stuff coming up on the screen that usually isn't there. Try to get that sorted out here.
Yeah, Falkenham must have got the bad end of that because he just disconnected. So I hate to hear that from Mike. For Daniel Falkenham, but he at least he got a win, so he's locked in.
That he is locked in. We apologize there for that mess. Tried to get you that made it maximized and wasn't able to minimize that, so we'll deal with that right now. We're back here racing at Atlanta. Dylan Jones out front. Ooh, a new player here on the bottom of the racetrack for the Jack Shack. That's going to be Jared Haynes there, getting a push from Mike Davenport, the 55. And RMR Racing League in the chat tonight, thanking some of the guys here for their service. We know Matthew Baker will be going on deployment here, so we'll be missing him for roughly 6 months. He'll try to dabble here when he can, but appreciate his service and the many other here on the service that race with us. As Jared Haynes now, wow, having a handful here at Atlanta right now.
We haven't talked about Jared all night, but he's back up here in the mix now, so good to see him. And here we got Davenport has made his way back up here too. So we talked about him earlier, and he had some issues on pitting, but he's back in the mix now. So Wyatt Gray is back up here, so we got a good little pretty much everybody's in here except we got a few cars. Kyler and Ethan are a lap down, which I think Ethan's got some damage, so I don't really think Ethan's gonna be much of a player. But we'll have to see about Kyler. I'm not sure, he's not with the pack, so he's probably gonna end up going another lap down.
Yeah, right now your pole sitter back out front, Landon Velicky, Trevin Ashronoff looking very strong tonight, and the teammates of Dylan Jones D3. Brock Westmoreland now, he's creeping up here into the top 5 in that 4 train truck you see in the blue and orange. And he's looking to make some noise here tonight. This has had a little bit of a string of bad luck there for Brock Westmoreland, and he'll see if he can turn that round and turn that luck around here tonight. The man from Greenville, Tennessee. Jeff Merck now getting back into the swing of things as well, overcoming some adversity here early. And man, these guys raced super hard. Back to 3 wide here. And we'll see if that works. Chris McCullough, I believe.
Yeah, Mark wasn't quite clear. Came up, and that hurt Chris a little bit, so he had to back up. Him and Malik were making some ground there on the outside, and Mark came up with a block just a little bit too late. No harm, no foul. No, the cars are okay. Chris just lost a lot of ground there.
Yeah, it's a very, I'll tell you what, when we are green, it's some really good racing going on, some hard racing as Brock Westmoreland looks for more. He's getting a little high there. He's going to have to settle back down. Wyatt Gray almost made the move on him there. Here comes Garrett Maines on the top of the 1 Wiggins water machine, getting a push from McCullough down the backstretch. Malik Gray's going to funnel behind them. The 90 pushing the 11 really hard here as well. I'll tell you what, these guys have been aggressive from the very start. Here goes Jeff Merck. He's going to pop out in front of the number 1 here of Garrett Maines. They stay 3 wide here. The exit of turn number 4 as these trucks dancing here through the start-finish line. And, man, wow, these guys, I'll tell you what, Ron, aggression at a premium here tonight. That's all they want to do. So
they're door banging like a short track, man. but Yeah, Burt just got a killer push from Garrett, but it looked like he had to back off a little bit with some stuff that's going on below him. But Brock's made his way down the inside now. But yeah, these guys are door banging tonight, like they're racing at Bristol, not Atlanta.
Well, you know what? It's a tighter track than we're used to at Daytona and Talladega. It's a lot shorter as well, at least a mile shorter. So, these guys getting up on that wheel as we're going to get close to that 60-lap mark. We'll have 2/3 of this race down. I believe, man, it felt like it just started a few minutes ago. 3 wide here down the backstretch. Landon Velke's going to stay on that bottom lane. Right now, he is comfortable racing right there. Trevor Astronaut there in the middle as they are going to drag race here to the start-finish line. And we've seen Wyatt Gray all night long. I'll tell you what, getting up and into the fence numerous times. And he's going to wear out the right side of his truck here tonight. Actually, I think that might have been Jeff Merck right there. But nonetheless, we've seen Wyatt Gray as well. While Trev Astronaut, he gets loose off the front bumper of Daniel Eberhard. Ooh, there goes Dylan Jones. Dylan Jones going to make his way.
Pit stop.
Pit road. But all by himself.
Not sure why he went by himself, but we may start seeing some trucks pit now. The window, I don't think the window's open yet. We got to go to lap 90.
Yeah, Dylan Jones in all by himself. He's going to lose the pack, lose the draft. Not good there for Dylan Jones. Could be another issue we do not know about. Looked like he was blinking just a little bit too. Could be some connection issues, not quite sure. But Dylan Jones on pit lane right now, and he is going down a lap or two right here with how fast and shorter this track is. Not going to be able to stay on that lead lap. Some of these guys now, these leaders, catching some other cars. It's Kyler Wynn there, Ethan Eckert below the apron. And that damage from earlier tonight just not going to help those guys out too much as they funnel back on into the racing surface. We are back to 2-wide racing here. Sooner than later, though, we will get to what hopefully would be the second green flag stop of the night.
It should be coming up. Like you mentioned earlier, these guys are they typically going to lift a little bit in the turns and even through that quad oval. Now you don't have to lift, but like I said, they only got 2 sets of tires tonight. So if they don't save a little bit of tire, might not be good last 15, 20 laps of the race for them. So tires do come into play a little more here in Atlanta than they do at Talladega and Daytona. So, we'll have to see who saved tire at the end.
Yeah, that's going to be definitely a big factor with, only having 2 tire sets on pit lane. Some of these guys maybe opting not to take those tires early and taking them late, and that could really be, really flop this race here at the end. So some of these guys also have some damage here tonight. We had a few cautions and definitely some carnage out there on the track as right now action heating up here in the front of the racetrack as Velke and Astronaut still door bang here on the front stretch. That's going to send, I believe, Merck through. Why he's going to think better, go back down, man. Merck's looking to get to the front of this race. So we stay 2 wide here. And
we got a charge coming down on the outside. We got Malik, Chris McCullough, and Josh coming up, or not Josh, who's the 25? Michael Wingos. We got those 3 coming up on the outside. So bridging that gap between those first 3 cars. Those top 3 cars with Trevor and Wyatt and Mert were doing pretty good up there by themselves. But they got some help coming now, so we may see a little more energy and a little bit more of a surge on that outside line once they get there to give them a little bit of help. We were down mostly single file. I thought they might have been getting ready for pit stops, but looks like they may go for more laps.
Yeah, it seems like Malik Ray just kind of either saving his race truck and his tires right now, or maybe possibly have some damage from earlier. But, I'm going to guess he is just kind of being calculated right now and saving those tires. We have only 25 laps to go as green flag stops are going to call here shortly. And it could be the money stop here tonight for these drivers. You do not want to make a mistake here late. And right now, it seems a little calm on the racetrack. The calm before the storm. Wyatt Gray still up there in the top 4. So he is still pedaling that truck around this racetrack pretty well, albeit the couple times he's gotten into that outside fence. A little bit farther back from him, it's Jared Haynes still. There you see him on the bottom, side by side with Maines, right in front of Mike Davenport. A little bit farther back, it's Nick Sipple, and he is kind of hanging out here in the back, trying to make his move to the front eventually. So we'll see what happens here. No one's clearing anyone here in the middle lane right now. Seems like all these drivers kind of playing it safe, trying to get to that green flag stop.
Yeah, Sipple and McCullough, Josh McCullough, and we got those guys are sitting there in the back. Oh, here we go. We got Astronaut up in the wall. Looks like only one. Not gonna be a caution.
Astronaut into the wall, man. He was the leader of this race. Some bad luck for Trevin Astronaut. As you see him all by himself. And back up front, it's all Landon Veliky now. As that middle lane has practically vanished with the 89 getting into the wall. Merck's going to try to make it work with Garrett Maines. But boy, did that change everything there for Trev.
Yeah, unfortunate for Trevor. Just for those of you at home that don't know, I do have iRacing cautions on, but I do not throw a caution as an admin unless there are three or more cars. So if iRacing doesn't throw it, it doesn't get thrown. And I don't, you can't be partial there. You can't throw it for somebody and not for somebody else. So that's a hard and fast rule. If there's not three cars involved, I do not throw it. So here we go. We got some green flag pit stops coming now.
Yeah, it's a really cool shot here. Ooh, Garrett Maines. Oh, God, we're going to have a caution. These guys aren't going to be able to go to pit lane. The pit lane's probably going to close. You're going to have to see them blend back up. They do. Heads up maneuver there by Maines and Veliky and Westmoreland. Let's go back right away to the yellow flag. It's going to be back up here on the racetrack.
Yeah, I'm going back to review this. Looks like yeah. So we got at least one car out of gas.
It looks like the 18 of Gray is going to get into the right rear of Davenport, shoot him up the track. Wow, unbelievable wreck there. I mean, just bad timing there on the green flag stop. And, I mean, that's what we alluded to earlier. It was just, the inexperience here pitting at Atlanta during green into turn number 3. And right there you see it between the 18 of Gray and the 55 of Davenport. And nothing Davenport can do. He's going to make his move to pit lane. And unfortunately, yet again.
That was going to be on Wyatt.
Yeah, Wyatt will be the cause of this caution. You see right there, right into the right rear of the 55. Just cannot catch a break as Davenport flames out the pipe. And into the 25, I believe, of Michael Wingo. Josh McCullough. Looks like he might save it. So, big turn of events here. For some reason,
I don't think anybody got a ton of damage. I'm really fortunate for the ones that were involved that the caution did come out there. So, I don't think anybody had a ton of damage.
So, the first cause of caution tonight was a racing incident. Then we had, I believe, Ethan Eckert called for a cause, and now you see Wyatt Gray with 19 laps to go here at Atlanta. It's Tuesday Night Thunder, the 4th race of the season. As the pace car lights go out yet again, Mark Vondell going to chase the lap back here. Joshua McCullough now out of nowhere. It's the 05. He's going to be leading this field. Here on the bottom, Daniel Eberhard in 2nd. Christopher McCullough now 3rd, right behind Josh. Jeff Merck in 4th, and Garrett Maines in 5th. 6th place right now, Landon Veliky. 7th, Brock Westmoreland. 8th, Mike Davenport. And 9th, Jared Haynes. And 10 will be, I believe, Wyatt Gray, but that could possibly change here. We'll see. But, yeah, Josh McCullough now up front. Man, it's been eventful here tonight, to say the least. And right now, it is crunch time. We'll see how racy we get, because these guys, I'll tell you what, from the drop of the green flag, they have been racy and aggressive all night long.
Yeah, we got a little sprint to the end here, so this should get interesting. No more pit stops. Everybody's got plenty of fuel now, so it should be a really good run to the end. But everybody's probably got fresh tires, so we ought to see a pretty good run to the end here. They're going to be, it's going to be pedal to the metal here. I don't expect to see a whole lot of lifting.
We do not. Green flag set to go back in the air at Atlanta as the flagman gets ready to wave it. Here he goes. Green flag back in the air here at Atlanta. It'll be 17 laps to go here at the line. Daniel Eberhardt right now trying to inch ahead of Joshua McCauley. See Kyler Wynn on the apron there. Trouble for him. Falkingham and Ethan Eckert here tonight. So some big names not in contention here. And that's going to open up the door for some other drivers to try to stamp their name. And RMR Lore will see if some of these guys can do just that. Eberhard, now your leader. Great push here on top by the 60 of Mert. 16 laps to go.
Yeah, Eberhard getting a big push from Mert there, from Mert, and Landon's. They got a really good line there on the top. Landon makes a move to the inside, and Eberhard makes a move to the inside. But Wyatt's coming with a big push from Mert, so he's going to push Mert right back up there to the front on that outside line. Outside line seems to be pretty dominant right now versus the inside line, probably with these fresh tires. Once those tires start to wear, that outside line will probably fade just a little bit. But right now, that outside line is pretty strong.
You see Nick
and Nathan Harper's made his way back up there too. So, you're good.
Yeah, Nick Seipel here right now. Him and Dylan Jones side by side. That's the top 12. I believe Malik Ray trying to get in this thing off the tails of Kyler Wynn, who's out of it here tonight pretty much. So we'll see if Malik Ray can use Wynn to his advantage, get back up here within the leaders. But right now, you see Seipel side by side with Jones. That's the back of this pack. So right now, a 12-horse race unless Malik Ray can somehow find his way back in contention. And the cause of caution, Wyatt Gray, now to the point here, side by side with Merck. Man, I'll tell you what, who knows who's going to win this race? It's really right now a crapshoot. And I wouldn't be surprised if any of these guys can win.
I think Malik and Kyler are catching this pack, though. Kyler, even though he's damaged, he still may come into play in this race here. So, those guys they work together. I don't know if you'll call them teammates, but they work together. And Malik's getting killer pushes there from Kyler, so he's pretty much back in contention and back with this lead pack here. So.
Yeah, very interesting to see how this is all going to play out as Malik Ray now latching on to the back of this 12-truck pack. As you see him right there, Kyler Wynn doing a great job fixing his damage and helping a teammate out here. And we'll see if the one can make some noise late. 12 laps to go. Outside of turn number 4, it's a dry race. Merck and Gray right now. Harper and D3 in tow of them. Nick Seipel now making a move on Jared Haynes. Nick Seipel getting aggressive here. That's going to put Haynes to the back of the 12-car pack. Merck now split out wide.
It goes up a little too high. I hate it for Merck. Was having a really good run. Looked like he went up just to let Eberhardt cool, and he went up a little bit too high and let that middle lane get inside of him.
Yeah, that'll happen. You open up that door just a little bit. Everyone here going to take that inch, especially with 10 laps to go. Merck's going to cycle to the back. Malik Ray now on the back heels of this main pack. I'm not sure if he has the truck to do it. Seems a little slow by himself now that he doesn't have his teammate right behind him. He might have too much damage. It could be a little too late for Malik Ray here tonight. We'll see. Side by side, the 90 and the 18. The 18 is going to lead that lap. We're in single digits now. 9 laps to go here on a Tuesday night. Who's going to strike thunder and get to victory lane? Could it be Eberhard? Could it be Gray? Could it be anybody else here tonight? It's action's going to be picking up third lane here with Jeff Merck and Kyler Wynn.
It might be Merck.
Involved. You just don't know, Ron. It's been kind of that night.
Wow. Kyler must have got all the damage fixed on his truck, because his truck's pretty dang fast. So, like I said, he may be a factor here tonight before it's over with, pushing somebody to the lead. So, now we got Chris McCullough jumped up on the outside. So, and now we got Garrett jumping on the outside. So now we got 3 lanes going. So we're about to see some real good racing here at the end.
Good racing here, 3 by 3. The 90, the 18, and now the 1 on the top lane. Getting a big push as Merck wants to get back in this one as well. Man, at the line, what a shot that is coming down here into turn number 1. Just lift a little bit. These guys right now trying to lift as little as possible and just wheel these Craftsman Trucks all the way to the end of this one. Man, this is shaping up to be one heck of a finish here tonight. Only 7 laps to go. It'll be 6 when we get to the line. The 90's going to drift up just a little bit. Going to side draft hard here with Wyatt Gray. And Daniel Eberhardt right now keeping a straight line there. Great push from Veliky. Here comes Maines on the top. And he's got a lot of experience. We'll see if Chris McCullough could get him to the front of this pack. Not pushing too hard right now. That could be a good thing for Maines, because McCullough's ready to go. He'll have those temps. And in the middle lane, it's Harper. We'll see if he can keep this up, pushing that 18 here ahead of Eberhard. As they door bang here, it's the 90 and the 18. 5 laps to go here at the line.
Yeah, Chris was pushing really hard. I think he backed off. His temps might have went up. But I think coming down to the end here, it's going to be a matter of who saves temps, so that they can push hard for 2-3 laps there at the end. But yeah, we got some real exciting racing, man. 3 wide, you can put a blanket over those top 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 14, 15 cars. Man, and I'm hearing them on chat that some of these guys are running really, really hot right now.
Yes, they are. 4 laps to go here at Atlanta. They're getting squirrely there in the middle. Nick Seipel. Christopher McCall on the top. He's yet to push the envelope. Is he going to now? The 60 behind him. The pushers are pushing the pushers. Here we go. Action-packed racing 3 by 3 all the way through this main pack. I'll tell you what. There goes Chris McCall up into the wall. That's going to slow the run of Jeff Merck. That's going to kill the run of Garrett Maines. Nick Seipel under Maines. He's looking for more.
Yeah, that killed that outside lane. Garrett's stuck up there by himself now. He's going to cycle right back. But I'm hearing too that Chris pretty much had to get from behind him because he was about to blow his engine. But these guys will go back, and we're going to see another run come here on the outside for us. Oh, Sipple's up into the wall now.
Yeah, Seipel hard into the wall. He's going to save it side by side at the front, 2 by 2 now. 2 laps to go. If we get around this 1.5-mile track, it'll be the white flag, and it will be official. We'll see if we can get there. Garrett Maines now trying to work with Kyler Wynn. Ooh, the 18's going to get out of line. Not sure why. There opens up the door for 16 and Nathan Harper.
Cars, they'll get on the apron.
He's got to run here with the 11 pushing him. I don't know what happened there to Wyatt Gray, but Daniel Eberhard right now in the driver's seat with Landon Veliky pushing. Can Harper get to him? We'll see. He's going to have to get a strong push from the 11. There goes Garrett Maines 3 wide. White flag out. Final lap of the night. Who's it going to be in victory lane? The 90 right now dueling it out with the 16. The 1, he just doesn't have the speed right now on the top. We'll see if Kyler Wynn can get to the back bumper of Maines. The 90 just ahead of the 16. Here comes the 1 on the top. They're going to side draft. Hard offset push. That's going to, there goes Kyler Wynn. Wreck out back maybe. There Nathan Harper is turned by Dylan Jones. Eberhard. There goes Veliky. And it's Eberhard at the line. Daniel Eberhard, your winner here on Tuesday Night Thunder. Daniel Eberhard the third. D3 to victory lane. And what a couple weeks it's been for that man. He is bad fast, whether we're at Daytona, or Atlanta. Daniel Eberhardt holds off the field tonight, and hard-charging Landon Velicky as he gets to victory lane here in race number 4 of Tuesday Night Thunder. So he comes to a halt here on the front stretch. He'll burn him down here at Atlanta. He is one happy man here tonight. Blinking out a little bit, not quite sure, but Daniel Eberhardt, your race winner. And we will get all 3 of these guys in the booth. It'll be Josh McCullough, 3rd, Landon Velicky in 2nd. Your winner, Daniel Eberhardt, the 3rd. That'll be your podium finishers here tonight.
Yeah, race is going to be official. It was really bad net code on there at the end.
So results official. Daniel Eberhardt, the 3rd-year race winner. Landon Velicky in 2nd. Joshua McCullough, great run for him, 3rd. Dylan Jones in 4th. Christopher McCullough in 5th. Garrett Maines just lost that surge on the outside. Just didn't have it going there in the 3rd lane. Finishes in 6th. Jeff Merck in 7th. Malik Ray 8th. Brock Westmoreland in 9th. And Wyatt Gray, I don't know what happened to him, man. He was in the driver's seat there in the middle lane and lost his positioning and jet right to the back there in 10th. Nathan Harper finishes in 11th. He got turned there. Jared Haynes, 12th. Nick Seipel, 13th. Mike Davenport in 14th. Trevin Ashronoff, man, he led some laps here tonight. Looked like he was going to be right there when the race got to the latter stages, and fortunate hit the wall there. He will finish in 15th. Mark Von Dellen, 16th. Kyler wins 17th. Ethan Eckert, that penalty and some damage cannot overcome that, finishes in 18th. Michael Wingo in 19th. And rounding out your 20-car field here tonight is going to be Daniel Falkingham. So one of the biggest names in the field, dead last here tonight, and that's just the product of super speedway racing. But see the results there on the screen. Daniel Eberhardt, your victor here tonight, and we are waiting Joshua McCullough. Not sure if we're going to get him up here in the booth, but we will go right to Landon Velicky. We'll let Ron Morris Jr. take this one. Landon Velicky, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
What's up, Landon? How you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing pretty good.
What'd you think about that race? So really, really, really exciting to watch. For the most part, it was really, really clean racing. But takes through your race.
I mean, yeah, I love Atlanta anyway, as it is. It's definitely my best track, my favorite track to come run at. And trucks too is just a really good combo. But yeah, it seemed pretty simple throughout the whole race. Just kind of stay where I was and then let it come to me, and then it just worked out in the end. Kind of working out with D3 there, and Dylan, it went really well. I was kind of surprised. Thankfully, avoided whatever messes there were and whatever that was before the stage. I mean, goodness gracious, and after that was who knows. But yeah. Good race, and I'm very happy. I still need to win one of these, Ron. It's kind of pissing me off that I haven't won one of your races yet, and I've been so close so many times. I'm going to get there one day, though. I'll take a second place after my run I've had recently.
Yeah, keep trying, man. It'll come to you. So, but yeah, really, really good race, man. I hated that net code there at the end, but it's just the product of what we do here. So, but man, a really good run. Kept your nose clean, kept the truck clean, and the tires come into play much. I know you only had 2 sets of tires. I'm sure you guys probably saved a fresh set for the end.
Yeah. So it was after the last caution. I think basically the whole field took tires there. I think a few people were thinking Merck didn't, and it kind of looked like he didn't, considering how loose he was in front of us, in front of D3 and everything. And then he ended up getting split out. But the tire, especially come to the stage for me, that started getting really, really tight, and I guess we did that green flag pit stop up it with Malik and a couple other guys, and all of a sudden everyone else just waxed us, like Kyler and Trevor, everyone else at pit. We got destroyed on pit road, and I thought we all did a really good job coming in, but that's when it was super, super tight. And then the rest of the race, it really wasn't that bad at all. Kind of able to save and still be fast at the same time, especially towards the end, pushing Daniel and everything. It wasn't awful, but you could definitely feel it out there.
All right. Cool. Well, good race, man. Congratulations, and keep trying. And maybe next time we'll be talking to you for a win. So, who you want to thank tonight? You got sponsors? Anybody you want to shout out to?
I mean, thanks to Ethan at least for being with him in the first part of the race, and then after that, I hopped over there with Daniel and Dylan to try and make something happen, and we ended up making something happen. So that was really nice. Thanks to y'all for the broadcast. Thanks to you for the series and the race as always. And I got to shout out my mom and dad too. I know they're still watching. They know my luck's been pretty bad recently, and a P2. It's still not a win. It's still not a win. I know, but we're almost there. We're getting there, and hopefully next week. Who knows?
Hey, anytime you cash, it's a good night. So, well, congrats, man. We talk to you later, man. Hope you have a good night.
Yeah, appreciate you.
That was your runner-up finisher here tonight, Landon Veliky of Nightmare Esports, as he was pretty hyped up for that podium finish. And right now we're going to bring the happiest man here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. That's going to be the 90 D3, Daniel Eberhardt III. You got a copy?
I got you.
Yeah, you got me, but I'll tell you what you got, man, and that is some magic powers in the last couple weeks, the last month or so. I was looking back at some of the stats on Thursday nights, and you're consistently second, first. You come out here on a Tuesday night, and you get the job done at Atlanta. Right now, man, I'll tell you what, it seems like you're up front almost every race. If you're not getting turned, you're on top of this podium, whether you're first, second, or third. Walk us through that race here at Atlanta and that checkered finish here with Landon Veliky.
Well, first off, I want to say I'm sorry to Nathan that race ended like that, and Trevor for them. They just got taken out by some stupid net code. Just, I don't know what it is with these trucks. It just creates a little bit of hectic. It was the Xfinity car, now it's a truck. It's weird, we go through that every build that a certain vehicle turns into a net code. Just loves it. But sorry to those guys. But all in all, Landon, we worked real well together right there at the end. He stayed right there on me all the time, and I know he had to be getting hot, so he just was going up there shoving me and then getting off of me, shoving me. So it was just working. The only thing is we were hoping Wyatt wouldn't clear, and he got almost clear a couple times there, but we held him off.
Yeah, well, you guys did a really good job. It looked like Veliky was, stuck with you there till the end, and then opening there up top for him to try to make that pass. He doesn't, fortunately for you, side by side there. But we were talking a little bit about tire wear. It didn't look like it was too bad tonight, considering the cautions that flew. It looked like you guys from the get-go were pretty aggressive. What'd you see out there? We saw from up here a lot of aggressive racing, 3 wide, and a lot of bumpers to back bumpers there. So walk us through some of that aggressive driving here tonight.
Yeah, I think that's got something to do with how the drivers being drivers there at the end. It was just you got people who are overly aggressive like me. Sometimes I can be that way, and then you got some people who are just trying to make it and ride around. So you got to be aggressive to stay at the front. The third lane was not working. The third lane could get there, but not clear. So that was a big thing that I learned really early on when Falkenham got turned around on that first caution. It wasn't a caution, but he got turned around. You got to stay aggressive, definitely, and it just kind of all lined up for us there with that weird caution happening in the middle of pit stops. It made me and Dylan jump to the front of the field, and Landon was there, so we all three kind of just hooked up there and took it home to the end.
Well, that you did. Back here in victory lane at Atlanta, you have been victorious here on the circuit of late. A lot of great finishes for D3, definitely. Well, we always ask racing questions, but how will you ask something a little bit different? What's D3 like to do in his free time other than iRacing, just to give some of our viewers an insight into Daniel Eberhard?
Well, right now I do a lot of fishing. I'm a big, into the outdoors. I love, if you ever see me on Facebook or Instagram or anything like that, I'm usually going hunting or fishing. But I hopefully will be racing a real race car here pretty soon. Just letting all that stuff line up. Racing season's right around the corner down here, and hopefully I'll be doing that. So I probably won't be doing much hunting and fishing. But yeah, that's about it. That's all I can, Gaming has really been a part of my life the whole time, so it's hard. If I'm not doing that either, then I'm out in the outdoors.
Well, we love to hear that, man. That is pretty cool stuff right there. We'd love to see some highlight videos of you maybe getting to victory lane on the real racing surface outside of the virtual iRacing here this year. But before we let you go, anyone you want to thank and or shout out?
Yeah, Michael, you do a great job with PGR eSports, the broadcasting service side, and also what you put on each and every week with your races. Thank you, Ron, for sticking the heckness out. I know it's got to be hectic each and every week. You don't have to do this. Neither do you, Mike. But thank you both. You guys have been troopers through all of this. I just love running here and love running with you guys each and every week.
Well, we appreciate hearing that. Go celebrate that victory here tonight. We'll catch you probably really soon here back in victory lane.
See ya.
Yeah, appreciate the kind words on D3, man. We do it because it's a great community that we're part of here, man. So we got a few bad apples, but man, we a family. So that's why I do it.
Yeah, and that's why I do it too, man. And it's a lot of work, but at the end of the day, man, I'll tell you what, it feels good to always be part of something and have, it's especially too doing this stuff late night. Kind of times when you kind of just be sleeping anyways. It's kind of just going a whole different world here at 10:30 hours here throughout the week and meet a lot of good people. So I second what Ron said and appreciate the kind words as well from Daniel Eberhardt. And another great race here, race number 4, season number 6, Tuesday Night Thunder. And Daniel Eberhardt stands on the top here once again. And we will be heading, I believe, we're going to check that schedule. And next week, it'll be heading to, that's, I believe, season 5 schedule. So we're going to have to.
We'll be going to Talladega with the Xfinity cars.
Talladega in the Xfinity car here to end the month of March. To start April, it'll be April 1st, the Cup Talladega. Trucks at Daytona on April the 8th. April 15th, Xfinity Dega, and April 22nd. We'll be right back here at Atlanta in the next gen. And the last race of April will be the Trucks at Talladega. So that's the races to come here. Long way to go until we get to July 22nd. And that Cup race, that finale at Talladega. But nonetheless, some really good racing here through 4 races this season. It's a great race here tonight, and I was proud to call it with my partner, Ron Morris Jr. Thank you to all the fans here, viewers getting in the chat and watching here tonight. We will be back next Tuesday, and PGR eSports will be live again Thursday night for the Final 4 of the March Madness. You can catch RMR, I believe, on the 9th, or keep always forgetting what that broadcast channel is called, but RMR tomorrow night on a Wednesday night as that season will come to an end and crown its champion as well. So some really big money involved tomorrow night. So tune in for that one as well. For Michael Triscaro and Ron Morris Jr., we will see you all later.